What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on everybody's favorite project, the 71 GTO restoration. For those who don't know, this is my 71 GTO Convertible, one of 661 made, and I'm restoring it, and it's getting pretty close to being done. Just finishing things up and getting ready for paint, and it'll be done for springtime. So let's get to work. Alright, in the last video I was working on the upper cowl area, getting a bunch of this stuff on, weather stripping and whatnot. I ended up ordering a bunch of parts for it, which will be coming in soon. Probably this video will be a couple days. The parts are supposed to come in the next couple days. So before the end of this video, you should get to see the new parts that are coming in. What I'm working on right now is, this is the hood latch for the car. And this is the hood pull rod. And it goes basically like this. Goes in here like this. Then there's a little clip like this, which I actually got from the junkyard the other day. You would have seen in the junkyard video. It goes on here and it locks this into place. Now when I got it home, I realized that there was a part missing. I'll show you on my phone here. So if you see, here is a picture of an actual one, but this one's a little different. It's kind of the opposite, but pretty much what's missing is this piece of metal here and this piece. So there should be a little piece coming out of there and going this way, and that helps stabilize this bar on this bigger section here. It's broken. It doesn't look like they reproduced the 71, because the 71 2 GTOs are a lot more rare, so they don't make a lot of parts. This picture here is actually of a 70, and so it's backwards. The holes are in a different spot. What I'm going to do, instead of spending like 60 bucks, is I'm actually going to fix this. So I'll show you guys what I'm going to do to fix it, and we're going to get it all fixed up. And then we're going to do some other stuff, and like I said, those other parts are going to come in, so some of those parts can get put on. We're going to try to get some stuff done on this thing. All right, so I've traced out kind of what I need, because it has to come off of here, go up, and then across. So this little section will be the part that comes out, and then it'll get bent up. That'll be this bigger part, and that'll go onto here. It'll all make sense as we go. So now what I'm going to do is take cutoff wheel, and I'm going to cut this little piece out, and then we'll start doing some drilling and some bending. There's the little piece. So now I'll let it cool a bit and then have to figure out how it's going to get bent, and we'll do that next. Now you can kind of get the idea that this is going to get welded onto here, and then this is going to get bent to make that little opposite of this one. So I actually made it a little on the bigger side so that I can cut it down and smooth it out to make it exactly the size I need. So now I'm going to take this piece, put it in the vise, bend it just along the end there, and then we'll test fit it again and see what happens. Pretty simple. We'll just put her in here, line it up, and need a hammer. It's always nice to have scrap metal pieces. I always have boxes full of just random pieces, because you never know when you're going to need to make a little something. There. So now we got this. And so this, maybe show it from the back side, because you can actually see right here where the original one used to be. So now if I weld this on here, that's pretty much exactly what I need. What I did is I put it on there and I marked a hole where the hole goes through, where this goes in. So now I need to make the hole the same size as this part here, so that that's what holds it nice and snug. So take my drill bits, and I'll just try to find a drill bit that's the right size. Guess I can use a micrometer. So we'll just check the size of this. And now we'll find a drill bit that's the same size. Too big. There we go. That should be it right there. So now I'm going to take this, drill this. All right, guys, so I got the hole all drilled, and I got it kind of set up on this little anvil and in the vise to hold everything together. And so as you can see, I have to weld it there. It goes through here and holds it nice and tight. Now I'm going to set the welder up. I'll just quickly weld this, and then it'll be time to repaint it, put it back on the car, and then it'll be the way it's supposed to be. Which ever since I've had the car, it's always been broken. And actually this hood rod used to just lay inside the front valance, and I'd have to like fish it in there every time. So obviously I want to fix that. So now this goes through basically goes like that. And that holds it nice and stiff, and then that clip goes on here and holds it in place. So that was pretty simple overall, and now I'll give it a paint job, and then it can go back on the car. The next thing I want to work on is the front bumper a little bit. Me and Clayton worked on it a little bit. This bracket here bolts on, and then there's a big bracket, which I don't know where I put it. Find it. I found it. So this bracket here, which is part of the bumper, goes in, and as you can see, it bolts in there, it bolts here, and then it bolts in here, and then it bolts in here, but then because it would never fit otherwise, it comes apart and it comes into two pieces like this. These are bolted together. So I had got this big one off, but I couldn't get the little one off because the bolt was spinning. So me and Clayton ended up screwing around with it. We got it off without damaging the nut. I ended up using the plasma cutter and actually cut the nut in half and was able to get it off. So we ran a die through all the bolt studs, but this one is broken off. So I need to, I guess, weld another nut or another bolt, threaded rod or bolt onto there. But as you can see, it pretty much has to be flush. I couldn't just weld a bolt with the head on it. So I'm gonna have to weld, maybe get a bolt, cut the head off, and just weld the threaded part on. So what I'm gonna do right now is I already started cleaning it up a little bit. So I'll try to clean it up more and then try to figure out how I'm going to attach threads to it, basically. And on this piece, I also welded up. There was a couple holes. There was a transmission cooler bolted there before, so I filled those in to get this pretty much ready to get painted. And like I said, I want to get this bolt fixed up so that this bumper is pretty much ready, other than I'm still doing some body work on it. But let's get this bolt fixed first. I'm going to use this one right here, and as you can see, it has quite the shoulder on it. So if I just cut the head off, I should be able to weld this shoulder part onto this, what's left of the bolt. My only concern is heating it up too much. I don't want to like get the rubber on fire or melt it or anything like that. So I have to be really careful doing that. But let's cut this bolt and fit it up and see what we can do. And there we go. Just have to smooth that out a bit. Should be good to go. Alright, so you can see how I have it laid on top of the original bolt that was there. And so hopefully we can just weld that on. And like I said, I have to do it pretty carefully, and then it'll be good to go. Alright, so I welded it, and as I assumed, as soon as I started welding it, all the crap inside, the urethane, whatever, started to smoke. So it definitely didn't weld the greatest, but I got it welded pretty good there and on this side, and it's on there. So I didn't want to go too crazy because, like I said, I didn't want to melt anything in there. But it's on there, it'll bolt back together, and that's all we needed. So I put the piece back in, and so now you can see it's bolted there, or will be, and there's the one that I just welded on, and that one. So yeah, so that's good. So that part's all fixed up now. I'm happy with that, and we'll move on to something else. All right, so it's the next day now. I'm back out in the garage. Stuff came in from Inline Tube, so I'm going to open this bag and show you guys what I got. Okay, so this is what I got. This is the it's a support bracket for the rear valance. I got that. And it's weird because the car's kind of set up to have two of them, but all the pictures and stuff that I could find only showed one, so I just got one. This is that little spring that goes on the cowl that's supposed to be for grounding out for the radio. You close the hood. These are for the rear valance, the little push-in clips and the bolts. These are for the door panels, little clips. And these are what I actually look for to order, and these are for the, they go on for the windshield to rest against. These are the little, for the heater control cables. Just the little, these little things, they always break, so I ordered some of those. These are also for the rear valance. They go around where the tips stick out, and they're splash guards, they're called. I probably didn't need to order these, but I figure whatever. And then this little plug right here goes into the firewall, in the little hole in the firewall. There's also supposed to be those little plugs that go in here, and I think they might also go in this hole too, and it didn't come with them. So I emailed them already, so I'll have to see what the issue was or why I didn't get them. Maybe it was just a mistake probably, so no big deal. But I'm gonna put some of this stuff on now. All right, so the first thing I put on, which I actually kind of just went to see if it would fit, and it actually went on. So it's just this little thing right here. It plugs these holes off, making it look factory. And the next thing we'll do is we'll put those little things for the windshield on. These are pretty simple. They just go on right here. And there's two. This is what it looks like, and pretty much this is what the old one looked like. So pretty rusty. So we got new ones of those, or maybe it went this way probably, maybe. No, probably this way. Yeah. So pretty gross and rusty. And believe it or not, guys, all this stuff that I bought cost, by the time I got it here with the shipping, cost pretty close to like 200 bucks just for all this small stuff. So it's pretty crazy, but the shipping was like 50 American, you know, which is pretty high considering it was a little tiny bag full. But I don't know, there's handling fees in there, I have no idea, but whatever. Ended up installing that grounding strap. It goes like that. At least I'm pretty sure it does. I ended up taking a look at this assembly guide thing, and I don't know, you probably can't see it, but if you look really close you can see it on there, and I would assume that's an original picture from 1971. So that's where I put it. So it's probably kind of stupid that I paid like $12 for that little thing, but whatever. I think it looks kind of cool, makes it look kind of factory. So that's all the stuff I can put on out of this stuff for now. Like always, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll check you later.
Schmeggle-daggle, what the fuck is it? Did the weed change your body? Ranji Chadaba. The Sata Pachakaya, French Chacharata. Pasha, Ushi Paya Pakashipa Willia Waka Yaha. Ushi Paka. Boy, that was good.